Hey everybody, what is up? It is Blynn. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've not been on for a few days, but I'm back now with some videos for you. Gonna try and do a couple of videos today, a couple of drama videos, and there is something else that I want to address as well before we get into the drama. So keep on watching. Okay, so I am clearly just about to do my makeup. I've done a little bit of foundation, concealer, put some powder on down here, which is why it looks very pale. I'm going to be getting into some eyeshadow. I've got my Beauty Killer 2 palette here and also the Sensorium Chapter 1 palette. So I'm going to do a fun eye look with these. Not quite sure what I'm going for yet, but I wanted to do something kind of neon-y. So before we get into the drama, I'm going to start priming my eyes and talking to you about something that's going on Twitter right now. Something that I was made aware of last night, actually, and it's not something that I was kind of expecting to come up, but it's something that has come up, and I want to talk about it because it's something that I've been experiencing in my time on YouTube, like back in 2020 and all that stuff. It's now something that's come up once again, which I don't know why it's come up again now, but it has, and I want to get into it because the fact is there are some people on Twitter and, people on YouTube who really don't like me. And I don't know whether it's because I stuck up for Jeffree Star on an occasion. And I think really that is what it is. I think that is what this whole situation all boils down to. But there are people on YouTube and Twitter who really don't like me, people who kind of have it out for me, as it were. And people who honestly spent months bullying me. They doxed me at one point. They did also hack into my social media and they found private information about me and all this kind of stuff. Now, what I'm talking about here is something that happened, like I say, back in 2020. So, nearly 2 years ago now. Something that happened back in 2020. But you know what? I'm here today to address this because, clearly if they've brought it up again, they want to talk about it for some reason. And I don't know why. But last night I received a tweet which someone had tagged me in saying that Anonymous have been contacted about me because apparently I'm pro-pedo. Pro-P-word on my YouTube apparently and doxing people. I don't know where exactly I'm pro-P-word and doxing people. To me, this is a clear threat towards me. These people are trying to threaten me simply for existing on my YouTube channel, basically. And I'm going to pop a screenshot in here of the tweet that I'm talking about. Somebody from Anonymous, or pretending to be somebody from Anonymous, has decided to, spread malicious lies about me. It's not true, of course. You guys who are subscribed to my channel, hopefully you would know that. But I would like to think I also don't need to tell you guys how kind of harmful lies like that can be to somebody's reputation, because honestly, I'm out here, I'm doing me, I'm, looking for work and all of that kind of stuff. So to have a lie like that put out there about me is damaging, fact, it is damaging. It just is. And the fact that somebody thought to put that out there about me is gross, is disgusting, and honestly, there's nothing that I can do about it. There's nothing anyone can really do about it in terms of retaliating or anything like that. And I don't expect anyone to do anything, but all I'm going to say is to put a blatant lie like that about me out there is damaging, And yeah, I'm a drama channel and I talk about other people when they've messed up, but to say something that's completely not true, that is wrong. That is wrong. And I'm going to call that out here and now, and everybody knows that that is not what I am about. I'm sorry, guys. I switched out my contacts. The other ones were giving me loads of issues. My eyes were getting really dry and all of that. So I had to just change them out. But we're going to get into some actual influencer drama now because Jackie Aina recently got in a lot of trouble on TikTok because of something that she named one of her candles from her candle line Forever Mood.
Jackie Aina came out with a candle collection called Owambe. And it's kind of cute. I think I like the concept, but there's a big problem with it. So one of the candles is called Sorosoke. For anyone who doesn't know, Sorosoke is a phrase that came out of the NSARS movement that happened in Nigeria back in 2020 in October. It's not a happy phrase. It's definitely not a term to commoditize. The NSARS movement was in response to a lot of issues that people deal with in Nigeria, more specifically police brutality, and then a lot of other things, whether it's corruption, lack of infrastructure, insecurity in Nigeria, a lot of negative major issues. During this movement specifically, this term became very popularized, and during this movement, a lot of people lost their lives. At the time, back in October 2020, a lot of people looked towards Jackie Aina to get some support, to hear a statement from her, and apparently she delayed her public statements, and she even blocked people that were asking for help. So it's all not adding up at all. The fact that the candle collection is called Owambe, which means to celebrate, to have fun, and to party, it has no connection to the term Sorosoke. It's almost like a mockery. It's very insensitive and kind of disrespectful. And I don't think this was Jackie Aina's intention. I also don't think she has Nigerian friends, because they would have told you. Yeah, this is just not it. And I try to think for a second, okay, maybe she thought it was using Black Lives Matter, because there's candles that say Black Lives Matter, but the difference is just Black Lives Matter has kind of become its own entity, almost separate from the movement and from the organization. You see people wearing t-shirts and selling things, bags, stickers, signs that say Black Lives Matter. It's become its own thing. There's a lot of people that don't agree or don't like the organization, for example, but they still stand by that statement. That did not happen with the term Sorosoke. When you say Sorosoke, people know exactly what you're talking about, and there's nothing else. And even thinking deeper, you put it on a candle. Candles have lots of different purposes. One purpose is the use of a candle at a vigil. And I'm just thinking, did you want people to use this candle at a NSARS vigil or something? It's just not all adding up. There's no connection, and it's just not right, actually. My first thought was they're probably having proceeds, donated to people who lost loved ones during the NSARS movement, but that wouldn't really work either, and it would be a cop-out at this point. I think that the name should actually be changed. Some of my friends and I thought Faji is the perfect name. It connects with Owambe. What do y'all think?
Now, Jackie did put out a statement on Instagram about this on the Forever Mood Instagram account. There's a little written statement, but I kind of feel like that's a little bit piss poor, Of course, I'm not the person who the apology was for. It was for the Nigerian community, definitely not for me. So it's not my place to sit here and say whether that's good enough or not. Not my place to sit here and say, oh yeah, we accept the apology, because it's not my apology to accept. But I do think it's really piss poor that it was just a little written statement on IG, rather than Jackie herself actually coming out in a video, explaining everything that she did wrong, explaining why it was wrong. Luckily people on TikTok did that for her, but it shouldn't have to fall on people on TikTok when it's your business, when it is your, own brand. It shouldn't have to fall on people on TikTok calling you out. You should be able to take accountability for your mistake yourself when you get called out, and you should be able to upload a video, sit down in front of a camera, turn the camera on, face the people, and talk about it. So I'm going to leave Jackie Aina right there, because honestly, like I say, it's not my apology to accept or anything, but I did want to bring it up in this video. I did want to mention it, and I think sharing the TikToks is probably the best way to do it, or sharing, at least one of the TikToks is probably the best way to do it, to explain the whole entire situation from somebody who actually knows what it's all about. That is the best way to do it. But I'm going to be moving on, because there's some other beauty drama that I'm going to include in this video, also about Huda Beauty, the brand Huda Beauty. Yes, now, we haven't heard about Huda Beauty for a long, long time on this channel, but recently this week, I actually read an article about how Huda is being sued over her Neon Obsessions palette. So, dear old Huda Katan, is being sued because of the Neon Obsessions palette collection. I'm sure you guys, if you're beauty lovers, will remember that collection. But Huda is being sued over that because when people bought those palettes, they found out that if you peeled back the sticker on the back of the palettes, like, you know how you have stickers on the back of the palettes, like, you know, where it has the ingredients and stuff like that, people found that once you pulled back the sticker on the palette, there were a lot of things about how the pigments weren't safe for the eye area. And of course, these palettes were sold as eyeshadow palettes. They were sold as palettes to use around the eyes. So Huda got in a lot of trouble over this, got sued, and was ordered to pay something like over $1.2 million for false advertising of these palettes. Highlighter time. So I've got the Sacred Glass palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics here, and the shimmer from Sensorium Beauty. I'm going to use both because I'm that extra and I love to use two highlighters. I'm going to use the Pink Purity shade from the Sacred Glass palette, this one here, because I love her. So we're going to add a little bit of her on. But yeah, Huda Beauty sued, paying nearly $2 million out in one go for these Neon Obsessions eyeshadow palettes. It's crazy. It's insane. Like, these people, these beauty gurus, they think they can get away with all this false advertising for their products, and then it comes back to bite them in the bum. But hey, there you go. It is what it is, I guess. Also, much like with the whole Morphe lawsuit, because yeah, that Morphe class action lawsuit, there's a lot of palettes in there, a lot of palettes that were collaborations with people like James Charles and such. So just like with the Morphe lawsuit, the class action, people can actually now return their Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions palettes. They were on sale for like $29, I believe. But people can now actually return those palettes and get a refund, just like they can with the Morphe products, or join the Morphe class action lawsuit and maybe get some compensation. You know, it's possible if you live in the States, if you live in America, to return your Huda Beauty palettes that you bought under false pretenses, thinking they were safe to use around the eyes. And oh no, they're not. Well, you guys can return them and get a refund. There you go. There's that. While my lashes are just drying off to the side there, I've just put the shade Charisma from Made by Mitchell, the kind of chartreusey colour eye pencil. Just pop that in the waterline, and I'm just going to do my lips, and I think I'm going to go black because, girl, you know I love a black lip. So I'm going to grab my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Weirdo crayon. That is all that's left of that one now, so we're going to grab that, and I've got two lipsticks, Weirdo and Soul Sucker here, that I'm going to use on the lips. So let's get going with that. As always, I'm going to overdraw my lips. And while we're here, Jeffree Star's new video, that's something else that I want to talk about. The video itself was Jeffree selling his big Hidden Hills mansion, and honestly, the video itself, I was like, this is kind of boring. You know, the video to me, it didn't look like a video that Jeffree wanted to make or wanted to put out. It looked like something that he'd just kind of put out to close that chapter, because of course now he's in Wyoming with all the yaks and everything. You know, good for him, great for him. You know, he's having a great time doing that. Fine, you know, get your just go, do what you got to do. But that is not like my thing with all the yak meat and everything, you know. But, you know, of course, Jeffree is going to be coming out with a new collection, which he did mention in this video as well. Now, I have my suspicions about this collection because I've seen trademarks online, and I do think that this might be the blood pressure collection, purely because we haven't had one of the blood palettes from Jeffree in a long time.
I will never forget the first time I toured this home, and I couldn't believe how epic it was and how massive it was. And for some reason, the way everything was just growing and growing, and I was like, I want the baddest house. My whole life was on camera. Yeah. Every surgery, every fucking sadness, every win, every high, low, everything. And I'm like, well, I want the biggest house on the block. Got it. Enjoyed it. Don't care about it. There we go. That's fine. It served its purpose. It really did. We had so much fun here. Wow. It's very like, I don't know, Like, how do you feel? I was about to answer that for you guys. I don't feel anything, really. Like, I don't feel like the other home where it's like I'm crying, I'm emotional, I can't believe it. Because when I sat there on the plane coming here, I go, oh my god, I wonder if I'm going to cry, I wonder if I'm going to laugh, like, I wonder how I'm going to feel. And I think because it was about to be sold twice already. A lot of like, get your hopes up. Yeah, so I didn't want to be excited all this time until I knew it was official. Obviously, it's official and done. And I don't even feel like a weight's off my shoulder or anything. I just feel very like
relieved.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of closed this in your mind a while
I did.
ago.
I really did.
Yeah.
When I came back for our next JSC photo shoot, I must have the name of it.
Okay, so that is my finished look. All the makeup is done. Got my little black sequin dress on, everything. All done. Let me know what you guys think about this with Jeffree Star, though. Jeffree Star clearly wants to get away from all of the big stuff, all of the lavish lifestyle, all the designer things. I think it seems to me like Jeffree is now at a point in his life where he realizes that having all those material things doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't actually make you better than anybody else. I think he's sort of realized that, you know, what's more important is your relationships with people and being happy in yourself, rather than having all this material stuff, you know, sitting in a big house by yourself. So let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you think that Jeffree Star has really changed now? Let me know what you think about all the rest of the drama, the beauty drama in this video as well, if you're into makeup, you know. And I will see you guys on the next one. It's going to be goodbye from me and my child, my offspring, my little baby Bramley. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. I know this one's been a bit longer. Take care, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you soon. Bye.